I'm in the room. Atypical. Yes, I'm back. I've been back for like a while. And as of Christmas, well, December 26th, 2024, YouTube has told me I've been doing this for a year. So it's been a year of recording and an official year. It's crazy to believe it's actually been a year already. We've been doing this for a year, and I figured I will just talk about what I've learned and my parting advice to you. Main thing I've had to kind of come to grips with is I have my day job, and it's kind of balancing out a schedule where I can upload somewhat consistently, even though I feel like I've been fairly consistent. I've been doing it within 2 to 3 weeks. There's a time where I was doing 1 week, and man, was that exhausting. But I was on vacation, so there's that plays a role into it. Looking at my notes, because this is like my second time doing this, and the first time I did it, I kept butchering the lines. I'm probably going to still do it here, but I'm trying to do it more free form this time around. I know the main topics, so first and foremost, number one thing you should always do, scripting and planning. When I first did this, I thought it was like a vlog. I'm just gonna record moments and whatnot and then compile it together. I quickly learned doing vlog format, which I'm still planning on doing. It's a little bit more difficult when you don't know where you're heading. So scripting and planning is like my first thing to do. Know your beginning, middle, end, how you're gonna start off your video, what's the main points, and then the payoff at the end, and maybe add something else in the middle that sparkles to set you apart. What I've done more or less this time around is kind of have a topic. I don't write things. This time I'm writing it because I need to be more into it, but have a topic of what you want to do. Knowing what you want to do makes it easier. You can even go above and beyond and actually plan your shots, which kind of helps with the topic. If you know what you're going to do for the day, you can plan what shots you want throughout the day. So script, plan, write, and then if you want to be adventurous, plan out your shots. I'm not quite there yet. Like for example, this video, I knew I wanted to do in this room just to see if I've gotten better with lighting, and it looks like I have gotten a better understanding of lighting. Second, audio. One of the first things I learned, literally, how important audio is. If my family members can basically won't watch stuff with good audio, why would I expect you to? Clear, crisp audio is more important than actual videos. So you can have the most amazing shots, but if your audio is garbage, no one sticks around. So audio should be top priority. And then on top of the topic of audio, even though you have a mic, something you also have to learn is editing. I don't know how to edit audio, know how to use tools to remove noise, how to make shots louder. Second aspect, or part 3 of this, things I've learned, lighting. When I first thought about lighting, I thought you needed the best camera, and lighting was like a secondary aspect of it. Yes, ignorant thoughts, but no. Knowing how to light up your scene is what you need to do, and the camera just kind of supplements it. So for example, I had an APS-C camera, and I thought I needed better camera, full frame for lighting events. And I've come to realize, depending on where I'm at, if I'm indoors, it doesn't really matter. So lighting, very important. Double lighting, you tend to learn how different hues and tones have impacts on your shots and sets the mood and tone for what story you're trying to tell or unfold. Also learned, well, I guess I didn't learn, but I learned about shadows, how you can use shadows in your shots. Having darker shots kind of like make things more captivating and more interesting to watch. For this instance, there is no shadow. This room is already pretty dark, so I'm using the background to kind of like make it pop. Now, whether I'm successful or not, I don't quite know. Next one, lenses and filters. So one thing I learned is how different lenses and filters impact storytelling, and how different lenses offer different effects. So prime lenses I essentially used for getting creamy backgrounds and low lights, and zooms mainly to cover a wide range of shots. Also learned zooms, heavy, primes, lighter. Primes, one focal length, so you're kind of forced to work with what you've got. And zooms get to be lazy because you can just zoom in and out, although you should learn how to plan your shots a little bit better. Also learned filters. When I first got this camera, I went to DR and didn't know I needed an ND filter to record video because everything was overexposed to the point where I thought there was something wrong with the camera. For an example, I recorded regular, brought the camera, everything was white. I was recording a 4K 24 frames per second with my shutter speed at 50, as you do, and everything was white. I was like, what the hell? I was also at an aperture of, I think, 1.4, and I didn't know you needed an ND filter so you can record that aperture at the current frame rate without increasing your shutter speed or your aperture up. A little lesson I learned. Very important if I want to record with nice green background in the daytime, you need an ND filter. Other filters, mist filter. So right now I have a mist filter. What for? To give this light some bloom in my face. Not so sharp. Little stylized things I learned throughout the year. And last but not least, color grading. Now, I am not the best color grader. I still suck. I oversaturate my footage, and I think that's just what I like. But I have Steph look over it. She tells me it's too oversaturated. But color grading has become a creative outlet and also a pain to do. You love and hate it. Love because you get to make your footage look exactly how you want it to look. Hate because it's a very time-consuming process, or at least the way I do it. I'm getting better, but I'm not the best. And the most important part of color grading, at least for me, was getting consistency with shots. So I'm recording now with my main camera, but I tend to record with my iPhone, and I also bought the DJI Pocket 3 a couple months back before we went to Portugal. And getting these things to all align and look the same is one of the main reasons I started color grading, because if I can notice it, even with my color grading, the difference between where I'm recording, I know you will, and my goal is to make sure you can. And that's part of the long time-consuming process, if I'm being quite honest. And although I didn't master color grading, I don't think I ever will. It's hard, along with everything else. I've been doing this for a year. These are the 5 things I would just ingrate to you. This is it. It's probably more, but that's all I have for now. Hola, mi amor, come here. Come here there.
I'm not gonna be in this.